You know what? Something just doesn't add up. Has that ever happened to you in your life where you go through life and maybe you're cycling the same problem over and over and over, and you say to yourself, man, wait a minute. Something just doesn't add up. Why am I going through the same stuff over and over and over? And why am I associated with people who are going through the same thing over and over and over? Something ain't right. I need to level up some way, somehow. And I don't know if I'm talking about health issues and you've always gone through medication and then you turn around and you're sick again and you got to go to the doctor. They change your medication and all that. And I don't know if you've gone through that and you just think to yourself, man, something ain't right. Something is not right in my life. Or maybe it's family and relationships and things that are not working out as a family should. And you think to yourself, well, who's got the problem here, man? What's going on? I mean, something is not right. Something just doesn't add up. I don't know if you've ever gone through that in your life, or maybe you're going through a financial issue and you think to yourself, man, they're excited at work because they gave me a raise. They gave me that certain percentage of raise, but it doesn't even add up to the inflation rate that society is dealing with right now. And maybe you're thinking to yourself, whoa, these things do not add up. And I'll be honest with you, it's easy to deal with those things because you're in control of those end result things. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you take the aspect of health issues, you always can go to another doctor and get a second opinion. If you don't like what's going on with your primary doctor, you can always recommend to get another second opinion. You got control over that. Or family and friends, man, you got control over that as well. Situations that you're going through, man, you can resolve those. You can talk to them, ask certain questions, see what's going on there. Maybe the financial side, man, you can budget. You can learn to coupon. You can learn to do a lot of things, and you can change that thing. But what about your life? What is it that you're changing in your life that of those things that are not adding up? I know in my personal life, I have to examine a lot of areas of my life, especially the health area. I've been having ups and downs, and I'm good for a while, and then all of a sudden then I'm back on medication, and medication has side effects, and all of a sudden I'm feeling this way, that way. I'm back in the doctor's office and ER and this and that. And I gotta think to myself, you know what? It's not their fault. It's not that person's fault. I gotta look on the inside and reason with myself and say to myself, hey, something just doesn't add up. And the moment that you get to the point where you're not giving excuses for everything, well, the doctor put me on this. Well, my finances are ruined because of this and the inflation and this and that. And you get all these reasons or excuses, as I call them, and you put those ahead of everything. No, strip all that away. Tear everything down and get to the foundation. What is the real problem? Why don't things make sense? Something just doesn't add up. So when you think about it from that perspective, you start to look internal and say, you know what? I'm in this health condition because I haven't changed certain habits. I haven't altered the way I do certain things. The things that has kept me in that cycle, in that vicious cycle of health issues. Guess what? I need to break that. I need to change it, and I need to find ways to better myself, better my body. That way I don't have to fall victim to the health issues. And you can do that, but you have to come to the realization that something just doesn't add up. Something just doesn't, work for that situation. You got to get tired of it. You got to get to the point where you say to yourself, man, you know what? I don't want to go through this ever again. I need to change, and I need to stick to it, and I need to have people around me that are accountable to what I'm doing. And I'm telling you, it's going to change who you are. But you have to be real with yourself. You got to be the kind of person that says, you know what? There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of things, but what works for me? What is it? I'm tired of the vicious cycle of going over and over and over. We argue about the same things. We go to the same places. We do this and that, and something just doesn't add up in my life. And so if you want change, you have to go within. Don't expect it from the outside. Yeah, they can influence you, and yeah, they can do so much and build you up if you're around the right people. But I'm telling you, the end result is you making the decision that you want to change, that you need to change, that you need to look at. If it's family issues, man, you have the ability to pick the phone up and call them. But they're supposed to call me. But you're the instigator. You want this. You need this in your life. If you love family and if you love this and that, get the phone and call, text, do something instead of waiting and waiting. And the moment that they call you because they found time in their schedule to do so, you're on them because they haven't called you in a long time, or they haven't done this in a long time. Be proactive. I'm telling you, it'll change who you are. And for those who are constantly calling other people and would love to receive a call from that one person, guess what? Look internal and see where the problem's at. See where the underlining factor there. And you'll find out that something just doesn't add up. Start to look at every single area of your life. And when you do this, it's going to change who you are. It's going to change how you think. It's going to change the way you do things. This is why I love going to church, being a part of the church, being under great leadership, because the messages that they bring in that environment give you a different perspective. Even when I read my Bible, man, it says in there that my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. Do not lean on your own understanding, because your own understanding only takes you so far. But when you get great mentors in your life, it's going to expand your mindset, and you're going to say, man, I never knew that. No wonder I'm in this vicious cycle of always having this issue. I know that if I want more health in my life, I'm going to have to get around people that are healthy. If I want more spirituality in my life, I need to get around people who are more spiritual. If I want to change how my attitude and how that I got to get away from the things that are feeding it in a negative way. And I got to get around people who are going to tell me, hey, you know what? You don't have to argue every argument. It takes two, but you don't have to be a part of every argument. Let them speak. Let the clowns have their circus. You know what I'm saying? So there's got to be change in your life, but it's not going to happen if you don't make it happen. And I'm not telling you to cut off everybody and doing this and isolate yourself, because isolation is the devil's playground. And I'm telling you, you got to be around people, but the right people. You got to be around friends and family who are going to lift you up. And when you do fall, they're not going to sit and laugh at you and kick you and this and that. No, they're going to say, hey, man, that's just a bump in the road, man. Get up. Come on, dust yourself off, and we're going to keep on going forward. Yeah, but you don't understand. This is a hard fall. I know you're limping. I know you're going through a situation, but don't worry about it. I got you. And anything you need, I'm here for you. Those are the kind of people that you need in your life. And I'm telling you, if you surround yourself, you're not going to have the question, something's not adding up. Something just is not right. Things are going to go right for you because you're now changing your environment. You're now changing your friendships, changing the people around you. And now they're feeding positivity into you. And now they're feeding, energy into you, inspiration, motivation, and kingdom principles into your life. And that will make a huge difference. So do me a favor, go inside, in your heart, in your life, and look at the areas that just don't make sense and say to yourself, hey, wait a minute. Something just doesn't make sense here. It doesn't add up. And if you can find those areas, write them down, do what you have to do, and start to work on, why am I in this situation? Why is this thing happening to me? And I'm guaranteeing you things are going to change like never before in your life. But you have to make that effort one step at a time. Do it one night. Just write down those things. And then the next day, just take another step and look at it. How can I change things? If you don't have the answer, find someone who does. I'm telling you. And then you're going to ask questions, and they're going to give you the answers that you need. And they're not the ones that you came up in your head. They're going to expand your mind. So get around people who know more than you. Get around people who are uplifting and want the best for you. All of us should be leaders. And then other people just have the mindset that, you know what, if everybody's a leader, then there's no followers. Well, the truth of the matter is, if you're a leader and I'm a leader, guess what? There's no drama. There's no stress. There's no worry because we're all making it. And I'm telling you, you gotta implement that in your life. Things will change. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of MenchacaChannel, where inspiration, motivation, and kingdom principles is what we do. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and ring that bell so you can get another episode of MenchacaChannel. And for all of you who are supporting MenchacaChannel, we appreciate you doing what you do so that we can do what we do. Hey, ask yourself, don't let the day go by and the sun go down before you ask yourself, hey, what are the things in my life that don't add up? And start to analyze those things. And you'll find out you're on your way to a successful life. Until next time.